Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your financial market wrap-up for this Thursday, and we're at the 27th of May, 2021. Now, we're going to go into a holiday-type trade tomorrow after we get the morning economic data, and we're going to get consumer spending numbers. They're looking for declines from the big move that we had in March. So this should be a very interesting series of numbers that we get. We'll see how the market reacts to it. Next week we get the all-important jobs data, and that'll set the market up for deciding what is the Fed going to do or not going to do. And I write about that in my report tonight. If you get my full research, I move around on different topics. Today we successfully had that midday What's Up webinar. It was fun. It lasted just over 20 minutes, just slightly more. I kept my eye on it. I fumbled because next time I'll have more templates set up that I can just throw the charts out 1, 2, 3, but you never know what to expect. It's the fastest one I've done. We had a lot of people in it. We also had a number of you that signed up and didn't show up. I'm going to keep a list, and if you do it 3 times, you'll be banned from ever attending them. And I can just put you into a list that bans you on Zoom. You won't be able to get in. Just if you sign up, attend. Otherwise, you can cancel your position. You do know that. Then it opens up a seat for somebody else. That's all that I ask that you do. It's not very much, but we covered a heck of a lot of territory. It's going to be interesting to watch what gold does right here. You're having a bullish crossover on the charts. You might want to go to the gold video. That is a piece of news to be looking at. On the S&P, we're closing in. And remember, the all-time high close you had in this market was right here on a close. And that was at 42.25 and a quarter. And now look what you're doing. You're coming back at the market. You're 10 points away. So you could end up literally with a close. I believe I'm right on this. The close tomorrow will be the last close of the month, because when we open up Sunday night for trade, even though it's still May, it'll trade until Monday. And if I'm right, and I think I am, they'll count Sunday night, Monday till noon. The markets typically close at noon on a holiday. They'll reopen, and Tuesday, the first day of really June, is going to be those other parts. So this will set up the week, the month. There's a lot going on. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. It gets complicated at these holiday times. When I look at the chart, you can see where you're at. You're still caught in between these numbers. Should get very exciting. I think tomorrow's going to be a real interesting day. You'll have an idea that the market is going into a failure status if you take out the lows of today. Today's low in the market was an outside day to the upside at 41.7775. That low should not be breached either on Friday or Tuesday. Remember, we're not open on Monday, but you'll have the electronic sessions the other days. If it is, the odds favor you're not going to make a run for that high then, that you're going back to the 18-day average at this part of the trade to try to figure out what to do. It's also another thing, tomorrow we're going to get consumer spending, which is a big number. The market's got very low bar for it. They're looking for it way down from what it was in the last report. That's good. Bar set low. What we're really going to wait on is the jobs data that I think comes out next week, late in the week. Why? That is the number the Fed's got to be looking at. It's going to be looking at, hey, what happened last time? Was that an aberration? Are people coming back? Or no, that's really what's going on, and our other numbers didn't make sense. Let's assume it's a strong number. Does that cause the tapering talk to start earlier rather than later? Let's assume it's a terrible number. Does that put it off even further? These 2 reports coming out, one tomorrow for what the consumer spending and the jobs, are going to be important reports. If the S&P can rally here, I'm looking for a challenge of the upper Bollinger Band. Let's call it the 42.45 level, and I'll look for the market to hit a brick wall at that number. Each time you hit that upper band the first time, it generally does that. Same on the bottom when it comes down to it. If you take my enhanced Bollinger Band course on the website under education, you learn this, and you learn it in a way that you haven't seen it before. You're overbought. Another problem for the market. So I have an overbought market, but with upside bias. The trend is up. The target, if it can do it, is 42.45, going right into these old highs. exciting day coming tomorrow. Believe it or not, it's pretty interesting. In the NASDAQ, first thing my eye is trained to go to, I see it as an overbought market, clearly in an uptrend. Target is 13,870. The market today, did it have an outside day? It did not. You can see that. The market, nope. So we have a pattern that's bullish. If the market wants to set back, 13,443 and a half, roughly 444. That seems to be the support zone. But all systems are go other than the market being overbought, and it is overbought. You're overbought in the Dow, same thing. So I'm going to tell you right now, I think this area is a problematic area, the 34,810. Am I bullish? Why would I be bearish on this chart? You now have an outside, you have your higher lows, higher highs. So up until today, this is what the market was doing. It was basically chopping around, going sideways in this whole band, caught between that high, that low. You still are. But now the question is, do you want to make a run for that high? In front of that is going to be the upper Bollinger Band. We'll now see what the market can do with it. You are overbought. Interesting. I pull my beard and go, wow, that's fascinating. What to do. I know I don't want to see 34,170 taken out, but now I've got my bullish gear on, although it is overbought, and that overbought is a major filter for me. It keeps me away from markets when I see that. I have the same in the Russell. And what number did the Russell go up to now? If we back off a little here, the high was 2279.10. The upper Bollinger Band's 2282.80, let's call it. Tonight, the number that we got up to, you're just shy of it, is 2286.70. Let's call it the 2291 level. 2290, yeah, 2290.90 would be hitting the upper Bollinger Band. Trend up, overbought. All the stock indices are problematic with getting overbought right now. When I come to the VIX cash, lower highs, lower lows. Now, for those of you that use my charting software, you do realize if you go to CIF, it's called, you can get the quotes on the different futures contracts on the VIX as well. And we have trading that you can just trade right off your charts or enter your orders and you can trade. I do think, I'm just using the cash here, that if the market hits the lower Bollinger Band, the professionals are going to write puts at that moment, looking for the market to get back to wherever the 18-day average is. That's a trade I think they'll put on. Where do you think the bond market stopped? I mean, it's pretty amazing. Coming up, you know what I'll tell you, I think the first challenge of a Bollinger Band's a problem. The market goes up to it. This was Wednesday. This is today, Thursday, and this is what you're doing tonight. So you may not believe in some of these techniques I show. I believe in them. That's why I show them. Same thing happened in the 10-year note, thrown back. You've got massive sideways action. Now, do you honestly think this is going to be a base to make interest rates go a lot lower, or do you think this is going to be a top that forms out of it where you gradually get higher and higher rates? You decide that. I don't have the right answer, okay? I'm not smart enough. In the dollar index, when you lose an embedded reading, and you lost this reading on the close of business Wednesday, if you don't get it back right away by the dollar index falling, that red line's going to go up again. And if it does, so I tell traders that if they're short, they have to be out. And that's just what happened. And we'll see tonight if the market can complete a swing of getting to the 18-day average of closes. That's often what takes place when you lose an embedded reading. You make a run to the closest main moving average, but it's often the 18-day average. And the market's already into no man's land. Now you got a higher high, lower low, and you're oversold. So you put that together and you're wondering what to do, and you got the flip-flop out of the euro, but it didn't quite get up to the upper Bollinger Band. It would have been textbook perfect. And what did the market do today? It took out a previous low. So now you have an overbought market, stepped out of its trend, could target is what I'm saying, the 18-day average. It wasn't embedded, so it doesn't have to. In the British pound, what number did this market decide to run down and go, hi, honey, and turn around? That 18-day average of closes, and a pretty violent swing out of that. People are very concerned. Are they going to go into another lockdown in the UK? What are they going to do? And apparently the news was better than people thought. When you take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is oversold. It's got the bias down. You've got the market with the 18-day average under the 100. But even since then, you didn't go down for a new low. So I watch that. It's not giving you the best of rules to go to the downside. In order to negate the downtrend, you've got to get back over the high of 2 days ago right here, which was 40,925. If you don't take that out, you've got in play the 30,317. I don't think you're attracting new selling because you have an oversold condition. Whenever the numbers, either one of them that make this up, are under 30 without both going sideways under 20, you're oversold. Be careful with that. Then we get over to the difference of August and WTI Brent. Could it be that there's a big breakthrough where Iran's going to be able to put oil out on the market? You know, we hear the rumor mills all the time. I'd like to see when they actually have a tradey deal, but it acts like that. You can't deny that it's acting like that. When I come over to the chart itself, you have a higher high, a lower low. You're caught in all this sideways action and you're overbought. When you go to WTI crude, this is where the strength is of the spread. Higher lows, higher highs, definitely overbought. I think the first time you hit that upper band, you'll get turned away if you can get there, and that's 67.84. Rebob gasoline caught in the sideways action, overbought. This is the kickoff of the driving season in America, and we will see what the market does. You have to admit it's not too far away from these highs. As the summer progresses, I would not be surprised to see it go higher. We haven't even seen the first hurricanes come in. Hurricane season really is June 1st on. I don't care what they give you for the other part of it. Having lived in Florida for 18 years? I just sold my place, about 10 years ago. You get used to it from June on. They can come rolling in. First one you get, they'll shut off the rigs and everything else. Watch out. That sets the market on fire there. So you want to be careful and you want to pay attention to all that. So as I look at the markets, it's exciting. It should be exciting. And I want to remind you how I start your day off for you. Let me get this going here. At 5:40 in the morning, approximately every morning, and I could do this earlier, I start recording. I sit down. I truly have my cup of coffee. I sit back. I've already created what I want you to see, what's going on in Europe, Asia. I'm giving you the news if there's important news out of anything, and upcoming U.S. reports with what the reports are and what analysts expect out of those reports. Then I start talking to you about longer and shorter term trades. I'll mix in the morning sometimes daily charts with weekly charts. You can view this in one of three different ways: on tablets, your cell phone. It's certainly the best way to do it is on your PC. Why? I like the charts to be real big. As I'm doing all this, once we get into the charts, I'm not bashful. I'm telling you, buy here, sell there, do that. This isn't about me doing that, though. You know what it's really about? You having a trading idea, you wanting to do something. You wake up, who am I going to call? Should I call my next door neighbor? Does he know about this? Most of you, you want somebody to talk to that you respect. Well, I can't be there to talk to the thousands of you that watch this, and they do. We get massive amount of viewership out of a course of a day. What I can do is go through every chart as though you were sitting right next to me. And I'm talking to you, being the plurality. And I'm telling you what I'm seeing. Now, you've got your idea. You're getting this video. Chicago time, it's typically published 6:15, 6:20. You got plenty of time as you're looking at the markets. Now you've got something to work with for yourself. That's the idea of this. And if I can help you just once a month, I'm thrilled. What if I can help you daily? I'm going to be wrong. It's a guarantee I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be right. That also is as much a guarantee. And what's a guarantee is it's not going to hurt you financially. This isn't give me hundreds of dollars every month because I'm Ira Epstein. You should do this, you should do that. Give it a try for $7.95. If that's going to break the bank, don't even watch these. You can't afford it. I'm Ira. You have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.